Hi everyone, I'm Andy and this is Monday Mortgage Minute. All right, well, strap in. We have a lot going on today. In fact, this all began last Friday, February 7th, but there really are two big things we're going to talk about today. One of them is jobs and the other is coronavirus, and I'm going to tell you how both of those relate to the mortgage market and what's coming up ahead. So first, let's talk about jobs. First things first, on Friday, the non-farms payroll report came out, and it was much better than expected. And not only that, they actually increased December's reading and November's reading for how many jobs were put into the market. Now, this is really good on multiple fronts. Number one, it means that our economy continues to remain strong, but the fact that it outpaces estimates is always a good sign when it comes to people who are naysayers, shorting the market, or they're just negative that all this media is hype, that things are doing well. But when the numbers actually say they're doing well, that's really good for the overall economy. Now, the one thing I do want to just point out real quick where they kind of tried to shed a little bit of light, which was unemployment, and that unemployment rose. Well, here's the deal. Unemployment went from 3.5% to 3.6%. Now, take that into perspective. 9 months out of 2019, unemployment was 3.5, 3.6, or 3.7%. So the fact that we have unemployment at 3.6% in January of 2020 really just means that it's the 10th month in a row that unemployment has been between 3.5% and 3.7%. Now, how that affects the mortgage market is it installs confidence that people will be able to continue making their mortgage payments, as the biggest threat to mortgage payments and foreclosures and potential defaults is people's ability to repay. So as long as we have new jobs coming to the market and we have unemployment really low, then we have a reduced threat that the mortgage and real estate industry is going to come to a screeching halt like it did years ago, and maybe even collapse or burst, as some people like to say. All right, now the next thing we got to talk about today is the coronavirus. And you're thinking, like, why does it have anything to do with mortgages? And I'm going to tell you. But first of all, we have to put this into context. As of Friday, February 7th, 400 million people were in lockdown. And that's in China alone. That's 400 million people. Now, a couple of years ago, like 2018, I want to say that the United States population was 327 million. That's our entire country. And we have 400 million people in China on lockdown. I mean, imagine going out your house and the streets being empty, the stores being empty, your job place not being occupied by your fellow employees. I mean, this is going to cause ripple effects in the global economy because of how huge China is in the global economy and their position in the marketplace as a core manufacturer for so many industries. And you have big household name industry companies that are closing down their operations for a short amount of time. This covers automotive, this covers technology, this covers travel and hospitality, entertainment, like cruise lines and theme parks and that kind of stuff. And then you also have, entertainment, like people going out and people spending money in the economy to go out to dinner and watch a movie or just be entertained by what the city has to offer. When you're on lockdown, you're not supposed to go anywhere. They're saying go two places. Go to the hospital or the doctor if you are sick and you need assistance, and go to get supplies and goods at the store if you can find them. Those are the two reasons people are being asked to leave the house for. Otherwise, stay home. Now, this is such a huge deal that it's going to negatively affect even their own retail economy inside China with their person-to-person spending and their consumer-to-business spending. And we're probably not going to see the outcome of this for months. But I just wanted to paint the picture. 400 million people on lockdown. That's our entire country plus another 70 million people. That's crazy. So anyways, what I think this is going to mean for the mortgage market is it is going to cause investors who normally put money into stocks that are connected to really big industry to rethink their strategy, especially as the numbers of coronavirus continue to increase, the number of deaths continue to increase, the number of countries that it's been found in is increasing. Until all that kind of like stabilizes and tapers off, I think that big investors are going to have to make some serious consideration to where to put their money, and they're going to look for safe havens. We talk about this all the time. When things get totally sketchy and they get uncertain in the marketplace, they look for safe havens to put their money, and one of the best safe havens to put their money is into mortgage-backed securities. That's one of the reasons why we're seeing rates so low now. That's the reason why I am confident we're going to see them low for months to come, as it takes a lot of time to unwind all of this that's happening with coronavirus. We're likely to see absolutely zero increase of growth for China's productivity. Their quarter one gross domestic product is probably going to be super low, maybe even negative. I don't know if it's going to contract or just kind of be neutral. But there's a lot of companies over there that you guys that are connected to things that we use here. I mean, even if you drive a Honda or a Toyota or a Tesla, or you are watching this on an iPhone or a Samsung, we're talking about these factories that are on temporary or partial shutdown until further notice. That's a huge deal, and the ripple effect of that is going to be seen in the months to come. So if you're watching this and you're thinking, man, I really want to wait for the refinance market to get better, I mean, it might, but it might only be just by a sliver. And if you have been wanting to get into the housing market and buy your first home, or maybe buy that upgrade home, you might even want to be doing the downsizing and downsizing your home. This is going to be a really good time to do it. Spring coming up right here on the corner in San Diego, and also summer just a couple months ahead. Get yourself ready now. I think we're going to have low rates for months and months to come. And I think with new inventory hitting the market, as far as new home sales are concerned, we're going to see healthy purchasing and healthy refinancing for the foreseeable future. I know this was an extended Monday Mortgage Minute today, but we really had to talk about those two big things. If you want to discuss this in more detail, or you want to discuss this as it specifically relates to your mortgage scenario, please feel free to leave a comment below, send a direct message, make a comment, and we'll reach out to you and help you out. Thank you so much for watching Monday Mortgage Minute, and we'll see you again next week.